behind you, please.
That's very kind, Mr. President. It sounds as though one of you completely trusts President Putin and one of you doesn't trust him an inch. Have I got that right? And why do you trust him?
Look, it's trust and verify. Let's call it that. And I think we both can be that way. You have to verify because you never know what's going to happen. I know a lot of people that you would say no chance that they would ever deceive you, and they're the worst people in the world. I know others that you would guarantee they would deceive you. And you know what? They're 100% honorable, so you never know what you're getting. No, I have confidence that if we make a deal, it's going to hold.
Or as we now call him, the F-Bombardier, with his latest Substack, which is blowing up. I guess the third anniversary of Ukraine set you off. I love how you said, I don't mean to be this way, but the treachery and incompetence of this second Trump regime is unbearable. That's the word. It doesn't feel sustainable, Malcolm, domestically or internationally. What is happening?
Well, first off, as we heard John Bolton say there, very late in the game, that Donald Trump this week has aligned us with America's enemies. For the first time, the United States voted with Russia, Belarus, North Korea, okay, to not condemn Russia for invading Ukraine and killing. Look what you just made me do. You just made me redo that entire video that I have on Substack. If you guys want to see something, go to Substack and watch my 25-minute, even I scared myself with my rant. Okay? I was hot the other day when I made that video, and let me tell you, I used to think that I was all out of F's to give. Oh, I give a lot of F's to people in this one.
Yeah. You literally had skin in the game, as you talk about in the video. You went there. You stood with Ukraine physically. I mean, and I agree with what you said here you said prediction, a second American revolution is coming. How many times have I been saying that just this week, Jody? You said a massive we are the people powered nonviolent rejection of Trump's tyranny. I mean, you're seeing these town halls, you're seeing these protests, you're seeing, like over 20 people at Doge just resigned rather than, to use their critical skills in the way they're being asked to. Apparently there's, rebellion brewing at the FBI over Dan Bongino. Who is it? Colonel McGrath is talking about what she's hearing from inside the Pentagon. Amy McGrath tweeted, what I'm hearing about morale inside the Pentagon, total show, 10 times worse than the last Trump administration, and it was bad then. Another level of mess. Malcolm, and we are literally a month in, right?
And they said that they would do this. They said their first 100 days they would go through the government like a scythe. And we're not even 30 days in. And he's destroying the armed forces. Let me tell you what I'm hearing from people in the armed forces. Blacks, Hispanics, women, people of color, they're getting out. They're going to leave the armed forces. They now think that they work for a white supremacist regime. And many of them don't see a career in there now that they've taken out. They literally pulled out the black chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the female chief of naval operations and the female Coast Guard admiral. The top three people in there, and now they're replaced with all white men. So these people who are there, the young men and women who are in the armed forces, the message has been sent. For the next 4 years, they won't be promoted or based on merit. It's not a meritocracy. You have a drunk frat boy leading the Department of Defense who's closing down bases at the request of Russia. So things are going to get bad. And my little rant that I do on Substack, let me tell you, I've like I said on my title, I've reached my limit. Yeah. I have absolutely reached my limit.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this out loud and clearly. A second American revolution is coming to restore and defend the first American revolution.
These two posts, I think, sum it up, Malcolm. Nancy says, oh, my God, this is to a MAGA. Haven't you figured it out? He doesn't need you anymore. You think only Democrats are getting fired from federal jobs? Most FBI agents are Republican. He's destroying all of America, not just the blue states. And then over to the FAA has agreed to SpaceX's Starlink internet system to manage U.S. airspace. Yet another contract for Elon Musk to profit from while he's slashing funding for other. The conflict of interest is appalling. I mean, this is becoming clear to anybody with a pair of eyes and ears, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're not even teetering towards dictatorship. We're running towards dictatorship. We're running to authoritarianism. Okay? MAGA voted for this, but they're going to be the roadkill in the road as well. And, you know, I saw a guy who's like, I'm a loyal Trump voter, and my company, which does defense, has contracts, and I'm losing all of my contracts now because of, you know, USAID or the Defense Department or whatever. And, you know, it's the, you know, lepers eating people's faces. Faces are getting ate. And people need to understand that, you know, I mean, I'm sure you've already talked about it. The average American is going to suffer for billionaires to become trillionaires. And you should all be reaching your limit. You should all be at the point where you're ready to hit the streets and you're ready to use people power to take back the government. And when I say take back the government, I mean in a nonviolent fashion where we get 3.5% of the population, as that Harvard study showed, to hit the streets consistently and force them to make changes back, or we're going to change Congress in 2026 and beyond a blue landslide to the point where we can impeach Trump and Vance and the rest.
Yeah. Oh, hey there, it's Stephanie Miller. If you're like me and you love sharp political insight, you know, pointy, you like it pointy and sharp, bold opinions, and a touch of humor to make sense of these crazy times, have I got some fantastic news for you. The Political Voices Network is now on Substack. This is your new go-to for the best in independent media. We're talking about my show streaming daily with episodes on demand, the fearless of journalism of Brian Karem, the brilliant side-splitting satire of John Fugelsang, the unrelenting working class advocacy of Rick Smith, and so much more. Here's the best part. Subscribing is so easy. You can join for free or go to the extra mile. Support these incredible independent voices by signing up for a full subscription starting at just $8. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a chance to directly fuel fearless, unfiltered media. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Hit that subscribe button and become part of the movement keeping truth alive in an era of corporate media overload. Every subscription helps, especially yours. One more time, that is politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Sign up now. Do it.